now talk that he could refuse to seat Moore in the Senate if Moore wins next month's special election in Alabama. While the national leadership is lining up against him, Alabama Republicans appear to be sticking with Moore. Since the scandal broke, polls suggest the vote is now no longer a sure thing for Republicans. For his part, Donald Trump is staying silent, ignoring questions about Moore yesterday at the White House. Bombardier wrapping up production of its private business jet, and that means more jobs. Coming up, Scott Peterson will add up the numbers. But first, well, it was bound to happen. The hit homegrown musical Come From Away is making it to the big screen. The Mark Gordon Company says it will produce and finance the Tony Award-winning show into a feature film. Canadian husband and wife duo Irene Sankoff and David Hines, who wrote the book, music and lyrics, will adapt the feature screenplay. Stay with us. You're watching CBC News Network. When news breaks in Canada and around the world, we're here to wrap the day. This is CBC News Network.
Are you still being pushed around by the big foreign cable companies? It's time to push back. Conway. With the Conway bundle, you get your own phone with unlimited internet for only $49.95 a month. I saved almost $500 my first year. Thank you, Conway.
Now, I get unlimited data.
Oh, relax, Robert. We're not going over yet.
Call Conway now and get your own phone
In a couple minutes.
unlimited internet for only $49.95 a month. And no more overage charges. Plus, up to 6 months absolutely free. Call right now and get free installation and pay no equipment rental fees. That's right. Get your home phone and unlimited internet for only $49.95 a month. Stop being pushed around by the big foreign cable companies and push back with Conway.
Call 1-866-543-5097. That's 1-866-543-5097. Call now.
It's important to keep fact from fiction. For the latest on politics from Parliament Hill and beyond, watch Power and Politics. Weekdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on CBC News Network. Some Buddhist monks in Myanmar are inciting hate as a way of defending their faith. As the Muslim minority pleads, are they facing genocide? Behind the Rohingya crisis on The Passionate Eye, Saturday at 10.
A rare earthquake that struck South Korea yesterday was the second strongest on record, and dozens of aftershocks have occurred since. The 5.4 magnitude tremor damaged more than 1,000 houses and buildings, leaving more than 1,500 people homeless. Dozens were injured in the quake, but no deaths have been reported. Greece has declared a period of national mourning as it grapples with deadly flooding. Heavy rain caused fast torrents and flash floods this week, killed at least 15 people. They also destroyed buildings and roads and left many people homeless. Chris Murphy with a look at your national forecast, and it's looking, well, a little opaque back there, Chris. What do you got for us?
It is. Don, you play poker by chance?
Not well. My father plays very well.
So he probably has a good poker face, I bet.
He does, yes.
Right.
And an accountant's mind. That's true. He counted cards. He counts cards. He says, we got to remember 52 cards. I can't. Anyway, yes.
Well, my point is that sometimes even Mother Nature's poker face slips a little, and she has certain weather tells. And this is one of them. I took this picture yesterday right after work. It wasn't raining yet, no Bill. But when you see it's like that opaque or dim, obscured sun behind the clouds, we call that translucidus. And I got a saying, it goes like this: when clouds dim the sun's glow, rain or snow, soon to show. And certainly the rain, it was raining yesterday, that came through yesterday evening. Now we just got some sun on this, and you can see that sort of phenomenon back of your head that probably may need an umbrella later today, or later on the day. So there's your showers. There's the low pressure system still spinning snow up towards the Sudbury, North Bay area, Timmins, and Laurentians. But it's just drizzle. It's going to be a windy day in southern Ontario today with seasonal temperatures then temperatures drop by late afternoon, evening. Showers in Montreal and snowing in Montreal. That's going to Quebec. That snow will change to rain for the day, and Montreal's going to stay as rain for you. Halifax, Moncton, you've got rain coming. In fact, there's special weather statements in northern New Brunswick. This is going to be snow at times intermixed with rain and then more snow. Strong winds tomorrow morning, lay sweat in Wreckhouse. So this is that next storm system coming in. It's going to have a beefy amounts, and be prepared for that. Meanwhile, in Ontario, this is not the last storm you're going to see. Another one coming in this weekend, so I'll tell you all about that. But meanwhile, today, Ottawa 7 degrees 6 in Fredericton with rain. Watch for some freezing rain this morning near Regina at the Alberta border. 5 to 10 centimeters coming to Saskatoon. Snowfall warnings to your north, and a non-thunderstorm on the west coast is possible today. Predictions and poetry. Thank you, Chris. Stars lit up the red carpet in Toronto last night at the gala event for Canada's Walk of Fame. 6 additions to the walk this year, including civil rights pioneer Viola Desmond, business leader Ted Rogers, and Olympic gold medalist.
And animal waste. Every day, almost 800 children will die from dirty water and poor sanitation. It's a deadly lottery. There is one thing you can do that will change everything for girls like your Adonis. Give them clean water. By simply calling 1-866-766-0081 or going to OneRateCanada.com now and giving $5 a month, you will give children the time and energy to go to school and a chance to earn a living. To be healthy, to live rather than just survive. Your $5 a month will help communities build wells, install pumps, and end this crisis forever. Do the one thing. Visit OneRateCanada.com or call 1-866-766-0081.
Bigger doesn't mean stronger. Pack a punch. Come back for more. Put rubber to the road. Bring the heat. Like a champ. Like a charge. Mighty like a pro. Introducing the all-new Terrain, the compact SUV from GMC. Right now, get the all-new 2018 GMC Terrain from only $159 bi-weekly when you apply for the GM card. Visit your dealer this November for details on great Black Friday offers.
Sexual violence was used to terrify individual women, individual girls, but also whole communities.
A new report from Human Rights Watch says Myanmar's military is systematically raping Rohingya women and girls.
They're trained at Roba. No. Yes, sir. No, RJ. Yes, sir. Holy.
Recordings of the accused rail workers are played at the Lac-Mégantic trial. And the results of a contract vote by striking Ontario college faculty will be announced today. The workers have been off the job for nearly 5 weeks.
I'm getting ready. Relax.
Well, the editor and publisher of a controversial Toronto publication are facing hate-related charges this morning. The men behind Your War News have been charged with willful promotion of hatred. Shoshana Reed is on the story for us again. So, Shoshana, tell us more about these charges.
Well, John, it took about 2 years of complaints and petitions before we saw this action, but now charges have been laid against 2 Toronto men. One of them is the publisher of this magazine, 76-year-old Leroy St. Germain, as well as 56-year-old editor James Sears, who is seen on our screen right now. Now, both of these men face 2 counts of willful promotion of hatred against women as well Jews. Now, the Ontario Attorney General said that this is actually the first time a charge has been laid, in particular alleging the promotion of hatred against women. That's the first time in the province that this has actually been the case. So issues of this paper were either printed or circulated online, and the majority of these publications, they glorify Hitler, they use Nazi imagery, they often show demeaning portrayals of Jewish people, and also use racial slurs against many different minority groups. And of course, we talked about the misogyny and violence against women. Now, former political strategist and Canadian lawyer Warren Kinsella, he and his wife have been part of this big petition against this publication. They complained
Relax, Mom. We're not going over yet.
their own private prosecution case against them as for uttering threats. Here's what they had to say about this. Take a listen.
There is an abundance of evidence that clearly shows that they knowingly and willfully promote
checkmark badge after it was criticized for granting the status to J.C. Kessler. He, you may recall, is the organizer of the Charlottesville rally. Twitter said it will revoke verifications from accounts whose behavior don't fall within their guidelines, such as promoting hate and violence or supporting hate groups. White nationalist Richard Spencer is also among those who had their status removed. More good news expected in Bombardier headquarters. The aerospace giant has been on a selling spree in recent weeks with C-Series jets, and now there are reports the company is about to go on a hiring spree. Scott is here with the details. What do you know about all these jobs, Scott?
Well, we know that they're high-tech jobs based in Montreal in the aerospace industry, and so Bombardier, we're hearing reports, are looking for about 1,000 jobs to fill over the next 18 months. So get ready, Montreal. Already with some of the lowest unemployment in the country. It's like C-Series jet, but it's the Volvo 7000. This is a private jet that Bombardier has been developing. They said this is going to go into service next year, and it's already sold out until 2021. Now, this is a private jet, so this is catering to the luxury market. You can see it right there, the Volvo 7000. So this is big news, not just for Bombardier, but for Montreal as well. And we're following up with Bombardier because this is according to multiple reports now. We're going to find out the official announcement, maybe even as soon as later today on this big news announcement.
The key word you said, Scott, high-tech jobs. I mean, let's face it, you and I couldn't build a paper airplane, much less one of these things. So how easy or difficult will it be to fill these jobs?
Well, it doesn't stop us from trying, John. But yeah, it's not to get us certified. Bombardier is doing a much better job of that. But Montreal in the last year or so has some of the lowest unemployment around. They're below the national average, about 6%. And so this merger with Airbus now is really sort of doing a shot in the arm, not just with Bombardier, for the Montreal economy. For example, take a look at what we know. This is according to Aerial Montreal. Over the next 10 years, 32,000 aerospace positions will need to be filled. That's with new and retiring positions. And Bombardier, the aerospace industry in Quebec, is the biggest employer. They have 66,000 employees, and they have been cutting back. They cut back about 5,000 in the last year. They had about 71,000 the year before that, because it was ironically to gear up production, the cost overruns with the C-Series. So now they find themselves in a position that actually, hey, orders are taking off, and now we have to start hiring again. So good news for Bombardier and for Montreal's going.
We'll be watching how all this plays out with Bombardier's stock today, but meanwhile, how are the rest of the markets taking off?
They are indeed taking off. We're seeing some green out there as we move into the day. And we're also looking at round 5 for NAFTA. That'll have lots of fallouts economically across the board. But in the meantime, Dow futures up 74 points, and this is off of a negative day from yesterday's session. The price of oil is a little bit negative this morning, down 6 cents to 55.27. And finally, the Canadian dollar generally falls with the price of oil is doing. Not doing it now, with about 5.96 cents.
Thanks, Scott.
You bet.
Why do we always question what is possible? Is it possible to be completely comfortable in unforgiving surroundings? Or look behind as we move ahead? Maybe the question isn't why. Maybe it's why not. Jeep Cherokee. With capability comes possibility. Right now, get up to $4,500 in total discounts on select 2018 models.
It's just a box.
Oh, shoes. Why are you yelling? Get your first pair for $10 at juststyle.ca.
I'm really big on knowing why I'm doing something based on some kind of science. Up till about 8th grade, I was actually very overweight, and the only way it was going to change is if it started with me. I wanted to be able to train as smartly and as accurately as I possibly can. And I'm always looking for those kind of things that can help me progress both as a healthy person and as an athlete. Being able to appreciate what makes you you, it's really cool when you can see it right in front of you. It's a sense of peace that you don't get anywhere else.
Tired of paying $30, $40, or even $50 a month for your home phone line? Then call Conway and fight for your right to save. With Conway, you get your home phone line for only $14.95 a month. Plus, all your features are free. Free voicemail, free caller ID, free call waiting, and much more. And keep your existing phone number. Want more? Call now and get 6 months absolutely free. Join the hundreds of thousands of Canadians who made the switch and save with CallWave.
I saved over $500 this year. All of my features are free.
I get unlimited calling to almost 60 countries, including India.
Call now and get your home phone line for only $14.95 a month. All your features free, plus 6 months absolutely free.
You can try it for free, so you have nothing to lose.
Call CallWave and fight for your right to save. Limited time offer. Call 1-866-282-1768. That's 1-866-282-1768. Call now.
Also, is it time to study?
On the net, interrupt this program.
Censorship is going right now. It seems to me Western proceeded fine. We are getting very close now. Fascism, I'm really ashamed of that.
A protest group. Friends in the space right now are voting to stay essential.
Warsaw, Friday,
When it comes to the Supreme Court, we got this here to maybe someone's passed down through generations, but it's nothing this old. Nova Scotia chefs are launching a new cookbook tonight, one that breathes new life into recipes from as far back as the 1700s. Colleen Jones has more.
Think back to old Nova Scotia, back before giant grocery stores. People kept their own cows and grew their own vegetables. Eating was a highlight, a real event. I'm off to the Nova Scotia Public Archives. They have a collection of old Nova Scotia recipes carefully handwritten from the 17 and 1800s.
We're from, between the 1850s and 1860s.
This old military book belonged to Captain Ebenezer Bishop from the Annapolis Valley. His recipe for ginger snaps from the early 1800s, modernized by adding beer.
Do the recipes sort of tell a story of Nova Scotia?
They most certainly do. This whole product is really the story of the culinary heritage of Nova Scotia.
Valerie Manson combed through the old recipes.
What year? Fundraiser, 1888.
It was her job to find old recipes and make them a little more 2017.
You can really see what was going on historically, because some of the recipes were so basic because people didn't have a lot. They had what they could grow, what they could fish, what they could hunt.
Chef Ben Kelly from Kitchen Door Catering put a new spin on smoked salmon croquettes.
Because cooking and history are my two favorite subjects. So I was really happy to be able to be a part of the project. And the capers are just going to give it this really kind of nice, slight pickled flavor. Because the whole point of the recipes that we took was that they were things that people were making day to day. And I really wanted to kind of stay true to that.
Now, some of the old recipes in the archives didn't make the book. Cover the tongues with salt and let them remain a day to take out the blood.
We could do that.
That's not in the recipe book. But this recipe, called Angels on Horseback, found a modern twist whilst cooking to ensure bacon. The recipe involves oysters and bacon. Yes, you've heard that right. How can you go wrong with that combo? Colleen Jones, CC News, Halifax.
Well, here's one driver who's taking hands-free a little too far. Police in Vancouver tweeted out this picture of a motorist who's caught with both a cell phone and a tablet strapped to his steering wheel. He was ticketed for failing to produce his driver's license, which carries an $81 fine, but it could have been much worse for the wallet. Another driver was caught playing Pokemon Go behind the wheel. The fine for distracted driving was $368. You're keeping your eye on CBC News Network.
Regular car to self-drive.
The idea is revolutionary. It's amazing what you've accomplished, but is it too good to be true?
The competition is like that.
Tracking stand today on CBC, presented by Canada Post.
There's an exotic place where you can swim in the sky, where all the pleasures of a 5-star luxury vacation are all included. Sandals Grenada. Experience the sandals of tomorrow, today.
expect. But others are completely unexpected. That's why there's FlexCare health and dental insurance plans from Manulife to help cover your expected and unexpected medical expenses. From dental checkups to dental emergencies, regular prescription drugs to life-saving medication, a monthly massage to rehabilitation treatments. Get flexible coverage to help meet your needs. See why 1 in 3 Canadians trust Manulife coverage. Call 1-844-407-FLEX to get your free, no-obligation quote. Talk to our licensed insurance advisors today to get coverage in as little as 7 minutes. Coverage that starts on day 1. Visit coverme.com/flexcare or call 1-844-407-FLEX today.
I'm Norman Powell, shooting guard for the Toronto Raptors. I'm also an aspiring musician, and I'm ready to share my tunes with the world. So I use GoDaddy Website Builder to put my music online. The website took no time at all, and the 24/7 customer service is always friendly. So what do you think about this? They're my biggest fans. Check my music out on my website and head over to GoDaddy.ca to put your passion online. Build your site in under an hour. Start for free at GoDaddy.ca.
This is a Mitsubishi. So are these. And this is too. And this is snow. Wait, not that kind. This kind, which you drive in all winter. So when you buy a new Mitsubishi, you'll also get a no-charge winter tire package. Not just the tires, but installation, balancing, wheels, mounting, and sensors too, worth up to $1,400. And you'll also get our 10-year powertrain limited warranty. So hurry in. Offer ends soon on the purchase of select vehicles. Mitsubishi. Built better, back better.
You're always asking questions. My position is to get the best answer for all of you. That's what I'm the defender of. The truth and information.
Plenty to get through in sports this morning. Let's dive right into the NHL. Sophia Yurchevich is back to talk about hockey.
Talk about hockey and fighting, which comes with hockey sometimes. And in this game, yes, the Flames on the road, first of 6 against the Detroit Red Wings. And before we get to the fighting, we'll get to the scoring because it's not how the Flames wanted it to go. Detroit lighting the lamp early and often. Up for 1 here at the end of the first. Make it 6-2 after 2 periods. So with the game clearly out of hand, things get a little testy. Behind the plate, Luke Witkowski and Brett Kulak agree to disagree. But as Witkowski's leaving the benches, he gets speared by Matthew Tkachuk, and then all chaos ensues. The league is going to have some fun going through this take. 111 penalty minutes were handed out in total in the game, and so far, 5 game misconduct between the two teams. Red Wings added insult to injury, scoring 2 more, taking it 8-2 the final.
Alrighty, basketball and the Raptors. Their first back-to-back of the season. How'd they do?
Well, they did well in the first game. They had a strong game against the Rockets, and it was more of the same story in the Big Easy. Beyond the arc, they were fantastic. Let's get to the highlights. 7 different Raptors hit double digits. DeMar DeRozan led the way with 25 points. Kyle Lowry was just 1 assist shy of a triple-double, and Toronto drained 16 threes en route to a 125-116 win over in the Pelicans.
Alrighty, baseball's wrapped up for the season, although not quite. We've got the Cy Young Award and any surprises?
Surprises maybe went to, but maybe just how lopsided the voting was because there were some pretty strong contestants. So let's get to who got to be awarded. And in the American League, Kluber won with 28 of the first 3 place votes. I really thought that Christelle would have done a little bit better with the voting. Not to say that Kluber isn't deserving of the second prize. He did go for a 18 for a record. Meanwhile, in the National League, Max Scherzer won for the 2nd straight year, his 3rd award overall. The righty took 27 of the 30 place votes. Again, thought it might be a little bit tighter between him and Clayton Kershaw, but Max did lead with 268 scoring.
Soccer now, TFC and the Rumble in the Tunnel has meant that Altidore will not be playing with the team next week.
That's right. He got Jody Altidore, that is, got a red card for the Rumble in the Tunnel against the New York Red Bull in the semifinal, the Eastern Conference semifinal. And the appeal of that game misconduct has officially been rejected, so he is going to miss the first leg of the Eastern Conference final. Sebastian DeVinco, another one of their stars, is also going to be out of the game due to receiving 2 yellow cards during that series, which means Toronto is going to be without 2 of their best players come Tuesday when they face Columbus in the first leg.
Thanks, Sophia.
Thank you.
This sports update is brought to you by Pinky's Pub and Grill, making great food fun.
What lotion for skin that glows? Skin that glows? My skin gets so dry and itchy, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keefe's Skin Repair. 48-hour moisture in one use and guaranteed relief for dry, itchy skin. Thanks to O'Keefe's, I got my skin back.
I killed it at regionals and provincials. But then, the car accident. I thought we were going to miss nationals. The Intact Service Center took care of everything. Our claims, repairs, and rental. All in one place. All we had to worry about was a pickup appointment and getting our heads back in the game.
Intact Service Centers simplify your claims by managing rentals and repairs, all in one place. Intact Insurance. Talk to your broker.
Now we've added the goodness of avocado oil, perfectly balanced with the great taste of Faisal. New Faisal with avocado oil. Faisal. Live with heart.
We've been separated for 11 months. We were in a restaurant having our weekly family dinner with our daughter. I want to jump across the table, kiss the nape of his neck, and also punch him in his stupid face. It's complicated to love someone who betrayed you.
There she is, Princess Day.
On the next Mr. D.
I'd like you to cover Mr. Clark's chemistry class during last period.
I know nothing about chemistry, so I shouldn't cover his class.
You don't know anything about anything. When that stopped you.
Oh, is that?
Tuesday at 9:30 on CBC.
$450 million US. That's about 574 million Canadian. It went way over its initial estimate, about 4 times that figure, in fact. Let's talk about why this is such a big deal to bring in Scott and Tashana. And we'll talk about this beginning with you, Tashana. This is a big deal. Why?
Big deal. It caught a huge price. This painting was lost for centuries, and for quite some time, experts actually thought that it had been destroyed. So they didn't even know it was still around until it was confirmed in 2011. So that, of course, was big excitement in the art world. Christie's called it the biggest discovery of the 21st century. So this is a painting called the Salvator Mundi, and it's rare because it's the first discovery of a Leonardo painting since 1909. There's only about 15 Da Vinci paintings in the world, and now this is the only Da Vinci painting that is in a private buyer's hands. So this was crafted likely between 1506 and 1513, around the same time frame as the Mona Lisa, but many people saying it's amazing to see this work in 2017. So now someone else has it in their home.
Yeah, who we don't know, and someone with 450 million fewer dollars than they had. Yeah, exactly.
You know, just some extra cash.
Obviously enough to spend it on this. Yeah, this is certainly a situation where the auction house really went at this in a way of marketing it, including putting a video out, hiring an outside promotions company as well. One New York art dealer, this is according to the New York Times, referred to as, I'm just going to quote because you got to get those New York art dealers right, a thumping epic triumph of branding and desire over connoisseurship and reality. That according to Todd Levin, a New York art advisor. These are some of the paintings that we're looking at here. We've got Cézanne, we've got a Picasso, because the big high-priced artworks, there's a Lucien Freud.
Oh, is that Lucien Freud?
Looks like a Scott Peterson, but and there's my man Jackson Pollock. We love the Jackson Pollock.
Go Gab,
He's just trying to get in here, because Scott is the artist involved. But most of them are contemporary, at least in the last 100 or so years, not the 500 years that we saw with this case, with the Da Vinci. Scott Peterson, you might have heard him there weighing in. You, an artist and a business guy as well?
Well, we're all artists. and we're all economists at the same time, but I thought I'd put some context on what 450 million can buy. Clearly, you've got all your appetites taken care of, and you've got money for art. But this is what you could buy with that money. Back a few years, you could have bought the Rogers Dome for $25 million. That's after taxpayers paid $1 billion. Deal of the century. A lot of mystery revolving around that deal. Also, you could buy a third of an island off of Hawaii, 55,000 acres. Sure, it's got hotels and golf courses, but you got 20 miles of shoreline. And finally, here for the more, the more noble beast within us, you can spend what Red Cross spends on a yearly basis on disasters. $333 million there. They respond to about 64,000 disasters every year. So that's an awful lot of money. 450 million, and a record price that, I mean, he is considered a genius, last I heard.
That would be a whopping tax receipt, wouldn't it, if you gave it to a charity?
It sure would. Probably both for me for the rest of my life. Tax deduction.
Okay, thank you guys. Yes, we all enjoy that. Always good talking about it. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Trish. And Chris, you're a man who I know that art on occasion, at least from viewers. And yes, what do you got for us? What do you think? How much did you pay for this? Is it a baseball? Is that what I'm seeing there? Just put a frame around me. Okay, all right, $50. There we go. $50? They said, do I hear 51? Anyone, 50, 52? 53. Temperatures somewhat ahead. Yes, well, the temperatures, thankfully there's no minus 51s or 52s, thank goodness, but we do have some cool air in place across the territory. Yellowknife, by the way, broke a snowfall record 2 days ago, 24 centimeters. None of that's going to melt because you've got cold air to see in the next little while. Our big system is in the east, and we've got a system moving across the prairies that will, right now, bring some blowing snow in Regina. That could change to freezing rain as temperatures start to rise in the morning hours. Let's start off in the east here. We're still dealing with that snow up towards the Nickel Belt, up to northern areas of Quebec. Rain showers continue. Spotty in nature on the London area. It's going to be a windy but otherwise cloudy, drizzly day towards Toronto. And we've got some showers there from the Ottawa Valley towards the St. Lawrence. But you get up towards Quebec City, we're dealing with some snow. But that's going to change over to rain this afternoon. So it's going to get rather sloppy and slushy up on the roads this morning. Watching the drive. Montreal already dealing with that change over to the rain. So 9 today in Montreal, 4 in Quebec City. And you've got a bit of a messy mix headed your way. So today you've got the rain showers, snow to the north. Tomorrow you catch a little bit of a break as the storm system weakens and moves over towards the Maritimes. But look what's coming in on Saturday. This is going to start off as likely some snow and then change over to rain and possibly some freezing rain during the day on Saturday. So just put that in the back of your head in case you're going to be doing some visiting or shopping or driving around, whatever the case may be. We do have for Atlantic Canada a lot of special weather statements to do with rain in the south, snow in the north, northern New Brunswick, and strong winds. That will be probably this time tomorrow across the Cape Breton Highlands and southwestern Newfoundland, 100K winds. 20 to locally 40 millimeters of rain. The heaviest rain will be coming in tonight. So rain today, heavy rain tonight, scattered showers tomorrow as the storm system moves into Newfoundland. And there's your messy mix of snow in the north. This is the next system coming into Ontario, and this one's going to bring beefy amounts of snow for northern Ontario. So yes, you've got more snow coming. And Saturday in southern Ontario, showers, thunderstorms, windy, warm. By Sunday, though, that's all going to change over to likely flurries and wind chills. So big changes coming this weekend from Saturday to Sunday in the Great Lakes.
The weather update is brought to you by Ducarol. Ask your healthcare professional about Ducarol before traveling. Who will take home the richest prize in Canadian literature? The 2017 Scotiabank Killer Prize. Monday at 8 on CBC. Or stream live at 9 Atlantic.
The cost of things not covered by most provincial health insurance plans keeps going up. Prescription drugs, dental care, vision care, physiotherapists, chiropractors, lawn care, and much more. If you don't have your own coverage, medical expenses like these can be really difficult to pay. Sure Health plans from GSC protect you from these and other costs not covered by provincial health insurance. Sure Health plans are affordable, and while some plans require medical questions, for most Sure Health plans, your acceptance is guaranteed with no health exam and no medical questions. And it's the way to pay easy to apply by phone or online. If you lost or you soon lose your employee health benefits, we have a Sure Health plan just for you. Regardless of who you have your employee benefits with, protect yourself and your family from rising healthcare costs not covered by your provincial health insurance plan. Call 1-844 477-SURE or visit us at surehealth.ca for your free brochure.
I do quite a bit of holiday shopping, and I use Ebates for all of it.
I earn cash back just by doing the shopping I'm going to do anyway. It gives you cash back on anything and everything that you buy for your family.
Not only do I get all my holiday shopping done in a short amount of time, I get money back for doing so.
I could use that cash back to buy more gifts, or actually a gift for myself.
Sign up for free, shop at your favorite stores, get paid. Join today and get a $5 bonus at ebates.ca.
Reflect what drives you. The 2018 Lexus NX.
The recipe for success on the ice is simple. Be determined, work as a team, stay focused, and never compromise. The recipe for great tasting chicken starts with our premium quality ingredients. Pinty's Pub and Grill, restaurant quality in the convenience of your home. Authentic, great tasting chicken without compromise. Pinty's, making great food fun.
Terrorized by sexual violence, disturbing new evidence of how Myanmar's military is targeting Rohingya women and girls.
It's your finger, Wilbur. No. Yes, sir.
Watching a disaster unfold. Recordings of the accused rail workers are played at the Lac-Mégantic trial.
We regret that it's not.
Russia's top computer gangs suffer a major blow. Spicing up the past.
The Cajun's going to give it this really kind of nice, like, pickled flavor.
Nova Scotia's culinary history comes to life. Good morning, I'm John Northcott. Heather Hiscox is away. A new report this morning reveals new horrors in the persecution of the Rohingya. Canada condemns the murderous military campaign that has driven at least 500,000 people from the Muslim minority out of Myanmar. The United Nations calls it ethnic cleansing. Now a report by Human Rights Watch is showing how sexual violence is being used as a weapon.
Sexual violence was used to terrify individual women, individual girls, but also whole communities, leaving them traumatized and full of fear in their memories of home, afraid to go back.
Let's bring in Thomas Dagg on this story from London. So Thomas, we've heard there from the Human Rights Watch researcher. Take us through the full organization's report.
Well, the NGO says it spoke with 52 Rohingya women and girls, including 29 who had been victims of rape, and all these women have since fled Myanmar from neighboring Bangladesh since August, when the violence began in Rakhine State, what Human Rights Watch also calls a campaign of ethnic cleansing. Now, this report out today says that the assaults were all carried out by security forces wearing uniforms. In most cases, these were members of the Myanmar military. Here's one survivor who spoke with Human Rights Watch. Now, the report's authors say it's hard to estimate how many rapes occurred because so many survivors are still too scared to speak out, but the details from these first-hand accounts are really horrifying. Nearly all the rapes were carried out by 2 men or more at one time. Victims were threatened with guns, they were kicked or punched. In some cases, they were forced to witness their own children being killed while they were raped. And what's more, survivors weren't even given medical care afterwards in Myanmar. They spoke about painfully walking through the jungle to flee the chaos, even as they were dealing with the injuries that they had as a result of the rape. Here again is the researcher with Human Rights Watch.
The rapes were again and again brutal and humiliating. The vast majority of the women and girls rescued were again raped, sometimes by as many as 9 perpetrators. And in all of the cases documented, there were many soldiers involved.
So this crisis continues, Thomas. We've seen President continuing to try to escape Canada, the United States, trying to pressure Aung San Suu Kyi. So what is Myanmar saying?